Hello and welcome to another hobby vlog. Well, the first thing that regular viewers will notice is I've tidied my table. I tend to do that. I tend to have sort of like nice organised clutter that has everything where I want it to be and where I need it. And then it grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. And at some point I go, no! And clear it all away. So yeah, I've tidied up my room. This might look like a box of used sprues. It's actually a box of sprues that need all the spares clipping off them and filing away in the many boxes of sprue spare land. Yeah. So where's everything gone? That is a very good question that I hear you asking. But that's only because Lemmy talks to me now. Well, most of that scenery has gone into these two boxes. So this box at the bottom has got all the Sex and Mechanicus stuff in it, apart from the stuff that was still in its boxes, which is now under here. That's fifth in line on my current projects. And all of these laser cut MDF buildings are in this box. There's a ton of them. I've got a table's worth of these orc buildings from Tabletop Scenics, which I bought through Cromlech, I think? It probably wasn't. Tabletop Scenics, that's the important bit, I'm sure. So that box is full of those, and there's a whole load of Necron scenery in there as well. They're like in the project order, in the list. When my current real life contract finishes, I will probably have a couple of months off and just crack on through just everything. I mean, just look at everything, and there's just so much of everything. So that's where they've gone on the shelves. I really need to take those down to the garage because that's a completed army. Well, it's part of a completed army. The rest of it's there and up here. Where are my G-Steel Lehman Russes? There we go. G-Steel called Lehman Russes. The plan was to have a tank battle with the 13th. Damn you, COVID. So yeah, I got a lot of stuff to paint that's already built. There's some scenery in there. Blood Bowl team's there. Haven't played Blood Bowl for a long time. Well, I've only played it once. But I haven't played it for a long time after that once because, again, COVID. What have we got here in my Fulminators? The Plague Marines. There's only a couple of boxes of these I haven't assembled. And they're in the cupboards. Someone said a little while ago that they wanted to see my my cupboards of shame. I'll give you a stack of Necrons. I'll just give you a small insight. I can't really, the bulb's gone, so you can't really see very well. But in this drawer, this is the drawer of blisters. What have we got first? Well, Space Wolf Primaris upgrade. What's that? Gene Stealer Cult Primaris upgrade. Quaff, the Brewers mascot dog. Blood Angel Captain Terminator armor. Yeah, and believe me when I say that this chest of drawers is full. These are much more random. They're sort of like odd bits and bobs and eBay finds. That's two partially painted Plague Marines. Partially painted Plague Marines. Sounds like some kind of Christmas carol. What else we got? What's this? It's a bag of bases. Oh, you shouldn't be in there. Another Space Wolf Primaris upgrade sprue. I sometimes buy things forgetting I've already bought them. Because I'm simple Simon like that. What have we got here? Ooh, Emperor's Children Land Raider doors. Do those at some point. Salvaged metal Wraithguard. I should add those to my Ulthbury Wraithguard because they're metal. Where on earth have I rambled from? Hang on. You can enjoy a picture of Lemmy trying to attack Snow. Okay, I maybe need to charge the fish up somewhere else. Oh, you stopped now, have you? Oh, no. Back to the fish murder. Okay, it's Friday morning, and it's snowing outside. And the thing with snow is that Lemmy thinks every snowflake is something she has to hunt. Yeah, talking about you. Or have you got bored now? Has your inner kitten been satisfied? Oh no, have you seen one? You've seen many. There you go. I'll give you a useless but interesting fact about Lemmy and Snow. Lemmy and her sister. To be fair, I don't know it was Lemmy. It could have been her sister back in the day. But about 10 years ago, we had very heavy snow that lasted for ages. And that was when they had a cat flap and they'd be going out to do their business. And I discovered when the 6 inches of snow melted that cats will bury their doings in snow in the same way that they put it in litter. So the path to my house was strewn with cat turds, as it all thawed, as was my car. They'd been climbing on my car and burying their poop underneath the snow. You're going to tell me it was Guinea, aren't you? Yeah. Why don't I believe you? Right, what else? What else? Oh, there's an elephant in the room. I'll come back to that in a minute. Oh yeah, so I mentioned 5th on my priority list to do. What did I say was 5th? Sector Mechanicus is 5th. That's because Chaos Knights are 4th. I'm hoping they're going to be my Christmas project. I should, after Christmas Day, have 3 Chaos Knights and 2 War Dogs, which I'm going to do in an infernal household. My overall plan is to have an Imperial and an Admech household each for the Imperial Knights, and an Infernal and a household for Chaos. Iconoblast. My brain's telling me that from somewhere. All right. Yeah, the 3rd project. No, isn't these? These would be. I mean, look at the dust on those. Look, that's where I took the Castellan robots off a few weeks ago to paint those. Yeah. Then, project number 3 is my Fallen. I've only got 10 plus Cypher at the moment. I'm going to add another 10, so I've got roughly a 600-point army for the War of the 10 Legions series. Then, project number 1 is These Thousand Suns. So I've currently got 1,500 points assembled and undercoated. When these Terminators and that Sorcerer are painted, that'll be 500 points playable. But then everything else on here, plus the Rhino, represents 1,000 points. So my goal is to try and get that done. So again, for the War of the 10 Legions, I've got an army to play to mix them up. I didn't think a lot of these things through when I started these series. Yeah, I've since worked out a formula that tells me what armies I should use in my various campaign series. So I know what I'm going to be doing next year. Right, now, what have we got here? This is hobby project number 2, please. And this is what do you call it? An Alpha Legion army, which my good friend the Claw recently decided to part with. So I picked it up from him because my Alpha Legion army existed in shelf space, in box space, and definitely in an unpainted format. So I snapped his hand off for this army. Now you see, this knight is looking a bit worse for wear. That's because last night I prized all of the Forge World bits off because I have to. Because the knight isn't staying with the Alpha Legion; it's going to form part of the Chaos Knight army, and so it needs to be stripped. Because the household I'm going for is gold and red. And it's a pure coincidence they're the same colours as Legio Excruciatus, my Titan. Can you see the Titan? You can't see the Titan. I'll point the camera at the Titan in a bit if I remember. So they'll be in those colours, and they'll look pretty well together, I think. So I'll be able to sort of put like 3,500 points down on the table for a grand total of 6 models, and just line up a whole load of Imperial scum against it and just watch them stomp all over it, or get stomped by it. You could go either way. I have a hankering for like a 10,000 point game or something with like Dreadnought, Titans and Beyblades and Imperial Knights and you never know. I might not. I don't know when. I have a hankering to do a lot of things, but unfortunately painting is slow at the moment. It's this Christmas malarkey's getting all the prep I need to do. It's getting in the way of everything. That and COVID and, having to go to work. So what I need... Lemmy, hello. The people want to look at the Spiky Orcs. Al's Orcs are blue. And so he referred to these as the Spiky Orcs. They absolutely 100% pass my arm's length test, which is, do they look good at this distance? Which they totally do. I'm very pleased with them. I do, however, have a bit of OCD with some models, and on closer inspection to some of them, there are a few things like there's mould lines on a couple of them. So you can see there, you can't see there, but the gun barrel isn't drilled out, so I'm going to have to go through and drill out the gun barrel. Yes, some of them have got prominent mould lines, and because I'm going to be doing shots with the camera and they're going to be large on screen, I need to pay attention to those kind of things. So some of them have got a little bit of pawling. They need to be a bit tweaked for me. But they're really good. It's a good combination army as well. Nice thing about it, I particularly like, because I know a lot of these that he picked up were eBay rescues, so some of them are a bit weird. Some of them, so you can see there's a mould line on the leg which will need to come off, and the join on the tyre. It's not as bad on this one, but some of these others you can see the joints, so I need to do a little bit of work on those. But I quite like this, where they've the guy's obviously got a plasma gun, but because you only equip them with one plasma gun rather than 2 plasma guns, the same way you do with the bolter, they've done it, or Al's done it. I don't know if Al did it or if it was like this when he got it. They've basically done the plasma coil on one of them being bust. So the model is a sort of twin plasma gun, but actually there's only one active, which represents the fact the model's only got one, which I think is really cool. And then there's other little bits, like the sand goes over the edge on the... Okay, Lemmy, okay. Goes over the edge on the base, which messes with my mojo. They've got to be flush to the base, so there's a little bit of tweaking to do there. But only little bits and bobs. Just little bits and bobs to pacify my OCD. Then I am going to be adding to it and working out the narrative of this army. Because the way I see a number of the Chaos Legions is they are in various stages. So, for example, the Alpha Legion, when they first... Spoiler alert. When they first turn to the baddies, they're good. and Imperial, and they're not chaos worshipping at all, they're just doing what they think's right, then over time they're going to be more and more corrupted by exposure to chaos and alignment with chaos. They basically damn themselves, basically. And if you go way, 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 way down the track, some war bands from different legions will be kind of deranged and very, very chaos tainted. If I were doing Alpha Legion from scratch, I wouldn't have things like Possessed, and I wouldn't have a lot of chaos iconography and stuff. But I've been Sorcerers, and the Chaos Lord is, he's super chaos. He's definitely a chaos person. So I've been sort of saying, right, well, what I think I'll do is I'll come up with a bit of a theme for the warband, and it'll be that they are halfway between sort of pure Imperial but tracers and totally devolved to chaos. So I kind of think I might have, I don't know, I'm toying with this phrase of consumed by the Hydra. Like, that dude has been consumed by the Hydra. He's a chaos worshipper. He's been consumed by the Hydra. Whereas this guy, not so much. So maybe I'll have different units. Oh yes, I've got some are on 28mm bases and some are on whatever that thing is. 20, whatever. Some are on the smaller bases, some are on the larger bases. And given most of them are on the larger bases, I will probably put the smaller ones onto large ones. That's another thing I've got to do. But yeah, I think story-wise, we'll have a sort of differentiation between what they do when they're in open conflict. Like Land Raider, Possessed, they are not the tools that you bring out when you are doing stealth war. So looking at a lot of the stratagems in the Faith and Fury book, for how these work, there's a lot of stealth tactics. There's a lot of sort of redeploying on the battlefield. There's sort of sneaking away from your enemy if you're not very close to them, and blocking their redeployment and stuff like that. So I'm kind of thinking there'll be two modes with these guys. There'll be sort of small game mode where it's 30 Marines and maybe some bikes and maybe some cultists, and they're sort of infiltrating on the table and sort of infiltrating up here and then disappearing off and reappearing over here and doing that kind of stuff. And then there'll be sort of full warfare mode with Land Raiders and tanks and Possessed and so on. And maybe there'll be some variation in between. I'm not sure. I think I want a character who isn't full chaos. So I don't know. I might do an Exalted Champion or something out of a relatively normal Chaos Marine. Don't know. The other thing, which I'm going to live with, I think, but it really messes with my OCD, is all, I don't know if anyone's noticed, but all of my Imperial armies, barring a few tweaks here or there, are based the same way. All of my Eldar armies are based the same way, and all of my Chaos armies are based the same way. So if I want to line things up next to each other, it all looks like nothing is visually jarring. It's especially important with demons, right? Because you can use those in a lot of Chaos armies to be summoned. So you want consistency. If you've done them all if you've done all the bloodletters, sort of fire and brimstone, and you then want to use them with, Black Legion, who are based on a woodland base, it'll look wrong. It just won't look great on the tabletop. So you either do them all, for me, I either do them all the same, or I start to magnetize bases, and then that way lies madness. For me, anyway. So yeah, but I'm unlikely to use demons with the Alpha Legion. Although saying that, with these guys, they are pretty demonic. They've fallen to the Hydra. They've been consumed by the Hydra. And maybe they would. Oh no. Oh no. Do I have to rebase them all? Do I have to rebase all of them? How many models are we talking? I don't even know what these bases are done with. Sort of little rocks, bits of... Is that putty? I don't think it's putty. I really, really don't want to have to rebase them all. That might be one I just try and live with. I try and live with. Anyway, I also might do some raptors for them. I might kit bash some Chaos Marines together with some Assault Marines. When I had a notion to do an Alpha Legion army myself, my plan was basically to kit bash Chaos Marines and Loyalist Marines. So I might add some elements like that. I know in one of those drawers that's on the other side of this wall, there's I think I've got about 15 jump packs back from when you could buy them separately. So you can just bung those on Chaos Marines and they make a good Raptor. Yeah, I'll see. I've also got odd jump packs of different styles. I might do a sort of higgledy-piggledy, cobbledy-uppity set. Because, I can sort of see Alpha Legion calling in reinforcements like Raptors. Anything that can deep strike. So maybe, that's a maybe to do there. I'm keeping my eye out for more Alpha Legion dreads on eBay that don't cost like £100 each. This one, the only options on it are the multi-melter arm and the missile launcher arm, which appears to be firing in different directions. But I like having the option of a close combat arm, so I'm trying to keep my eye out for a close combat arm that doesn't cost £30, and so I can take this one off, magnetize them, and have the option. Yeah. Oh, also, we have another Rhino. Obviously, this isn't painted yet, but excellent. It's got the nice doors on as well. That's 3 vehicles with the nice doors, which I'm quite pleased about. And we have this Predator. I really do like the sort of rust corrosion effect he's done on this. I need to find out how he's done that so I can replicate that. I think that looks sweet. It gives this a sort of unpolished warband that's been out in the field for a long time kind of feel to it, which I like. That's definitely a theme, I think, with these guys, which I really like. Yes, but this is a Predator. I don't even know if it was meant to be a Predator. I wonder if it was actually a Rhino and someone's just stuck the Razorback turret on the... Or is that the Predator turret? I'm not sure. I can't remember. Or are they one and the same? There might be one and the same. But there's... the reason why the hatch is snapped off there is because there are several in the kit and they're all interchangeable, so I don't know which ones go with what. And I might also build some variants, so I've got some options for the different vehicles. Sorry, just got distracted there by Lemmy redecorating my carpet, as she is oft to do. So this Predator has got... Rhino doors on the side and no sponsons, and Al's used it like that a lot, and it's fine. It's worth it. It's not. It doesn't cease to be useful not having the sponsons, but I did have a look and see if I could buy some sponsons on eBay, and they're like £17 plus postage for a set. It's almost as cheap to buy a new tank. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it as is, I think. Unless I get super lucky. Because the only bits I actually need are the Sticky FC sponsored bit, the little tab. Because I've got loads of bits for the guns. So if I'm lucky enough to see some of those, I'll get those and then tweak this in future. Yeah, but there's no massive need for it. Or I could do some kind of conversion where the sponsored guns would be elsewhere. Like not... I don't know. I'm totally just making stuff up now. Anyway, so that is project number 2. So, Thousand Suns project number 1, Alpha Legion project number 2, Fallen project number 3, Chaos Knights project number 4. Then we're on to Sector Fish. Then we're on to Sector Mechanicum terrain. I have this sort of fantasy that I'll be on to Project 4 by the new year, Project 5 by the new year, onto the terrain. So by the end of Christmas, I'll have finished these 3 Chaos armies, and then I'll have done the Chaos Knights as well. I don't think that's going to happen. Anyway, I think, yes, that is it for this week's hobby vlog. If you like my vlogs and my random bibbling and or my battle reports, check out channel memberships. If you wish, you can get access to more of the same. Until next time, stay safe, folks, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.